Alrighty guys, I don't know if y'all recognize this screen. This is a cylinder misfire screen that can be found on several model scan tools. Okay, now I'm using a different version scan tool. At any rate, this screen will be helpful to me at what I'm trying to find out. And I've already found it out. I'm just trying to figure out now if I can catch it on film for you guys to understand what I'm talking about. Here's the deal. I'm chasing a very intermittent misfire. Now guys, you know, fault codes are determined or set, or they are set when within a certain parameter. Okay, if you have trouble with your vehicle and that sensor that's designed or there to detect problems is not within that parameter, you're never going to get a fault code. So in other words, you can have a misfire and not have a misfire code. Okay, who's responsible for misfire, or determining misfire or reporting misfire? I mean, we'll be here all day discussing that, but the crank sensor is very important and the secondary ignition is very important. So here's what you have to do. This vehicle came in, she called me, she have a misfire. I think another shop replaced spark plugs, because that's the first thing you can think of when somebody say, I think I got a misfire. Well, you need a tune-up. And these tune-ups are not cheap. They're expensive. Well, they got it wrong because it's still doing the same thing. And guess who she called? Dun, 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 JT to the rescue. Now, let me get on with this because this is a short video. I'm going to have to start a long video. Here's the deal, guys. I'm on a test drive right now. I caught it while I was driving up a hill. You know what that means? I'm under load when I'm up a hill. So now let me try to simulate that same load that I was in when I was driving on the hill. Now look at that misfire. Y'all can see my 200 rev counter counting. That means you are within that means the computer is monitoring the misfire. Okay, if not, you will have to drive it until you get adaptive numerator learn. We don't have to do that now because we are counting. So I have my foot on the brake. I'm about to power brake this. Low, bog it down. I'm in gear and my foot on the brake, and now I'm about to press the gas. Let me see if we can see. Oh, see that? See that? Cylinder 6. All right. Yeah. That's the only way you're going to catch that. A computer will never catch that. Okay? You literally have to be under a load. That's what the customer is talking about. When I'm driving, all of a sudden my car just buck. All right? That is a misfire. All right, guys, do not chalk that up as, I don't know, injectors or air leak or anything like that. Anytime you misfire under load, think secondary ignition. All right, things like coils or spark plugs. Considering they just replaced the spark plugs, what does the coil look like? I don't know. This is a short video, man. Y'all stay tuned for the full video. We're going to do some diagnosis and troubleshooting, all right? I got to go right now because I'm out of time. Let me head to let me make a phone call. I got to go. Alrighty guys, I'm in the same Grand Cherokee. Now what I'm about to do is she got some parts laid out for me. So I just gotta go pick them up, and guess where we at? Advanced Auto. Yeah, I told her to give me Mopar. I don't think Advanced sell Mopar parts. When you're dealing with secondary ignition, or when you're dealing with any kind of sensors or anything like that, you might want to go with OEM, okay? Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's my philosophy, okay? The OEM coils, Mopar coils, or the coils that Mopar recommend, to me, is the best. So I'm inside. Let me go ahead and get these parts. I think they got 3 coils laid out. I don't know if we're gonna do the spark plug. I just gotta see what they got laid out here in my name. All right, y'all hold tight. Hey, they had an internet order. JohnnieRayThomas. All right, guys, here we go. Let's see what the hell. These ain't Mopar, no car. And they better not be no damn Derman. I don't want no Derman coils. Wait a minute. All right, who make these? NGK. What y'all think? All right, some of you guys out there are parts pros. Will these last? Guy said these are the top of the line. All right. No, I stand correct, sir. Mopar's the top of the line. Oh, look at it. So cute. NGK. Wait a minute. These are not Mopar. These are not Derman. All right, NGK. I'd rather NGK than Derman. Wait a minute. Guys, let me stop clowning around. All right. Now, cylinder 6, guys. Let's take a look at this engine while I'm out here. Cylinder 6 is under the plenum. All right. Because they just did some spark plugs. Oh, my goodness. This would have been extremely easy if it was Yeah, on bank 1, I got to remove the plenum to get to cylinder 2, 4, and 6. No big deal. I just got to charge accordingly. Yeah. All right. So I don't even know if I want to film that. No need filming that. But I might fire the camera back up when I get the intake off. All right. We'll take a look at some stuff. Take a look at them spark plugs because I'm still new. I don't know what kind of spark plugs in it. Guys, secondary ignition misfire or failure could be the result of think high voltage, think high everything, okay? When you under stress or under a load, your ignition system needs to work, need to be able to provide that extra, that extra boost. Okay? So yeah, think of it that way. Like I say, don't get out of the mindset of, and an injector will not cause that. Okay, some of you, because it's a pentastar, may think a rock arm can cause that. A rock arm, broken rock arm, can in fact cause a misfire. However, if your misfire only under load, could it still cause that? That's debatable. I don't know. Guys, don't get me wrong. I don't know it all. I'm not a know-it-all. I'm not a, you know what I'm saying? I like to think I'm good at this, but I'm not nowhere near know-it-all. So I'm always open for opinions and suggestions. Okay? But I'm not sure if a broken rock arm could cause a misfire under load. That is the key here. That's when she have the problem. Now, granted, this could be the customer fault by not explaining to them, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's best for you to get as much information out of the customer as possible. When somebody tell you they got a misfire, you need to interrogate the hell out of their ass. When does it misfire, ma'am? Is it misfire under load? They don't know what under load means, but you can say something like, does it misfire when you're going up a hill? Yeah, I feel a buck when I'm going up a hill. That would have helped lead you into the right or better direction. As opposed to, yeah, I got a misfire. Okay, and we know what that is. You probably just need spark plugs. You just need a tune-up. Okay, here's the estimate on the tune-up, $300. Wasted. Gone. Down the tube. Because you still have the same problem. Now, I can fault this shop. I don't know if this is a Cousin Pookie shop or not, but I can fault this shop because if they didn't retest this car after they replaced the plug, guys, the word tune-up or the term tune-up means nothing anymore. It's nothing more than spark plugs. Back in the day, tune-up meant everything. Checking air filter, checking PCV, checking throttle body, checking this, that, and the third. Now, just spark plugs. So, that shop should have went and test drove this car, and the mechanic should be smart enough to know to put it on a low while you're test driving it so he won't look bad. These guys do not protect their images at all. I'm very overprotective of my image. All right, I ain't about to let you go out of here with a chance to come back and make me look bad. No sirree, Bob. All right, I feel the same way about oil leaks. I took a lot of flack for washing that engine off with all that old oil still on it. People were saying just leave it there or find a better way to, instead of pressure washing it. I get they concern, but yeah, I'm very overprotective of my image. You're not about to make me look bad. So I'm talking too much. Let me swap these plugs out, all these coils out, and we're going to go retest this thing and see where we at, guys. I'm hoping that should take care of it. In fact, I'm almost guaranteeing you because of what I verified using a scan tool. Now, let me say this. A scan tool or fault codes is not going to always bail you out. This is a prime example. All right, a regular mechanic looking need a fault code. I don't see no code. It must not be nothing wrong with it. Wrong. Just because you don't have a check engine light doesn't mean ain't nothing wrong with the car. We're not there yet, guys. We getting there. AI is going to put us there. You don't have a problem unless there's a light. That's where we're moving to, but right now we're still not there. So from time to time, a mechanic will have to become a mechanic. We'll have to put his thinking cap on. All right, because the check engine light didn't bail him out this time. We all counting on that check engine light to bail us out. Man, please let me know, at least let me know which cylinder has a misfire. But that don't happen all the time. In this case, I had to go track it down. I had to go hunt it down. Misfire, rear your ugly head. Which cylinder is it? Let me know. Yeah, you got to know what to do to make that misfire come out. Guys, I got to go. I'm talking too much. Man, I appreciate y'all watching and listening to these videos. I'll fire the camera up and let y'all know what's going on. Remember, we had a problem with cylinder 6. Sometimes you can take these plug wires out and look at them real good and get a pretty good idea. Uh-oh, lost the screw. Good, that's one I'm gonna replace anyway. All right, this is cylinder 6. Oh, man. Yeah, baby. Now, which begs the question, if they did a tune-up and they saw this and they went in anyway with the plugs, something is wrong with them. Guys, this is your problem right here. This is an indication of excessive arcing, okay, which means the spark is trying to get up out of there. Look at that. No, that's not white lithium loose. That's, yeah. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull them all, because if I see this, I'm replacing those. All right, but the guy instructed her to get, I guess they're going to reimburse. I don't know what they're going to do, but you don't screw in spark plugs if you see stuff like this. And I fail to believe that that just happened, okay? Guys, if you're listening to new mechanics, when you pull out plug wires, analyze the coil, okay? Now, what I want to see is the condition of the spark plug and what spark plug did they install. Uh-oh. Man, this spark plug is not new. Okay, let me make a phone call, guys. I'm going, look at that. So, coupled with this spark plug and that coil, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna make a phone call, guys. All right, I'm going in with some Mopar spark plugs. I think I got some extra ones from what I had a long time ago. And here's the coil they got me. So these NGKs, but this is maybe incomplete because I'm checking them all. Well, I'm gonna end this video, guys. Y'all see my problem. I want to make sure y'all understand what I got going on here. Secondary ignition failure, okay? Under load. Always suspect, if a customer having drivability issues under load, always suspect secondary ignition. Not the primary side, the secondary side. High voltage side, okay, the plugs, the coils, things like that. I'm not talking about injectors. I'm not talking about intake leak. We're talking about drivability issues under load. Yes. All right, guys, that's all I have. I'm going to end this video. I got to make a phone call and get this straightened out. All right, that's all I have. Thanks for watching.